Well, you saw our Buried in Hell recommendation on this movie, Housebound. Now we're going to do a full review of the entire movie, so stay tuned.
And just want to let everybody know, this is going to be spoiler-filled. So
there's a lot.
A ton, and we're going to let it all out. So if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check it out, and come on back. All right, you're back. So make sure we're on the same page. What is it all about?
Well, we have Kylie, who's been arrested a couple times, and this time putting everyone's foot down. So she gets put on house arrest with her mom and stepdad.
I'm therefore ordering an urgent report into the suitability of her mother's house at 57 Linfield Road for a sentence of 8 months home detention.
Who she hates. Yes. So that's where obviously a lot of the conflict and humor comes from.
Yes, without question.
Her mom, Miriam, has decided the house is haunted, and Kylie's like, what the hell, Mom, stop.
Yeah, come on, really?
So it turns out, we go through a couple things. Kylie ends up being a believer, because it turns out her stepdad tells her the house was a halfway house and there was a murder there. So then now Kylie's on the haunted thing. There's a creepy teddy bear that I just got to mention because that shit was scary.
Love the teddy bear, yes.
Then they think it's the neighbor because they get attacked and there's dentures.
It's all over the place. All right, so like time, and boom, boom, start it up. Tell me what you like about this.
Well, I'm not normally the biggest fan of comedy. I don't like funny movies at all, which I guess is kind of weird, but it's not normally my thing. No. However, I find this type of comedy, either sort of British-inspired comedy,
very British-inspired, yes,
much funnier than anything else. It's very deadpan. It's kind of uncomfortable most of the time, and it doesn't have that like American pause for the laugh track, slapstick, people falling downstairs. This was just kind of weird, and the mom would just say weird things, and like you're laughing because it's so absurd, but they're not laughing, they're completely straight-faced because they're just being themselves.
Exactly, yeah.
And yeah, that type of comedy I feel also blends really well with horror. Like it was a very self-aware type of horror movie in a way. Yeah,
as you said, when you do go the slapstick or laugh track route, it really does not blend well with horror. And not only does it blend well with horror in this film, but it's very well placed to not distract from the horror. They are kept separate, and they're done very effectively. I couldn't agree with you more on that one. It just, man, like we said in our Buried in Hell presentation, it actually won in a film festival best horror and best comedy.
And you don't do that for no reason.
No, not at all.
And what's also interesting, so this was, we also mentioned in the Buried in Hell films, that it was the director's first feature-length film, which blew my mind.
Kudos to him.
And he actually had a comment about the main character, Kylie, that I thought was really, really interesting. And it's actually something you complain about, so I'm happy he did it correctly.
And I complain about a lot. Yeah. So, which one's this one?
He said that he wanted to make Kylie into someone, she was kind of a bitch in the beginning.
Really
She didn't believe her mom. She didn't believe in ghosts. She thought the haunting was stupid. And then he said he wanted to do that specifically so when she does fall victim to the fear, it is actually palpable. And that's almost an exact quote, I believe. And it does, you relate to her because once this, kind of hard-ass, stone-cold person is now afraid, you're like, well, it's time for me to be afraid. Like, oh my God. And there was growth. You saw her change over the story arc of the movie, and that's really important in a movie.
Very important, and you're right, I do bitch.
You have totally bitched about that.
Because it's very rare. Very rare. I mean, how many times have we just seen from the get-go the screaming, screeching, terrified hero, or the tough as nails, never backs down and finally ends up winning against all odds at the end. No, you're right, this without question had a definitive and very clear path of growth, and it did make her so relatable, and it really impacted the horror when she felt it, without question. And that's sort of character specific, but the film on the whole, taken as it is, we mentioned before, it does a tremendous and insanely well job of switching genres of horror. Like,
oh my God,
I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, it's a haunted house movie because mom believes in ghosts, and it's like, nope, it's not a haunted house. No, now it's a creepy neighbor. What? Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, I'm on board. It's a creepy neighbor. Nope, it's this little freaky kid in the wall. It's like, what? Hold on a second. Wait, nope, it's the crazy psychologist. I'm like, whoa, my God, you have got me. I mean, just, yeah, none of this. Oh, look, it's the end of the movie, big twist. No,
a lot of twists.
No, we're twisting and we're turning, and yeah, I mean.
And I think if I had told you, like, oh my God, you got to watch this movie. It's got all of the main horror tropes, man. It's got a crazy psychologist, a haunted house, and a creepy neighbor. It's awesome. You would have been like, I'm not watching that movie.
No, I would have been like, yeah, that does sound like your kind of movie. Not mine. You can't do that. You can't do that well. And I am dead wrong.
It's really, like you said, multiple twists and turns, but they make sense.
That's the big thing.
It follows a road.
Yeah, it does. It definitely, and it leads to a wonderful place, this road. But also with that, because it's changing those genres, the obvious plot and storyline also has to change, which effectively made the film extremely unpredictable.
Like off the wall.
That's right. It's been thrown around. We kind of resisted a little bit saying in this one that if you think you've seen everything, you need to see this one. But in some ways you do, because of that unpredictability. It isn't one where, again, you're going along, twist ending, blah, blah, blah. No. It's, okay, we're making a turn, we're making another turn, we're making a third, a fourth, a fifth, and it's great, they execute it flawlessly, but there's nobody that can sit there and say, oh, in the first 10 minutes of the movie, I knew it was a psychiatrist. No way. You're full of shit.
There's too many things that happen.
Too many swerves. I was a big chunk of it. I was convinced it was a crazy neighbor. I really was. Wrong. Yes. Yeah. So no, they did a phenomenal job with that.
And it was obviously we already did Buried in Hell, so we think this is a high quality movie.
Yes.
But the twists and turns are paced. They're not bang 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 back and forth. There's not one in the beginning and one in the end. They're well spaced out that you are taken by surprise, and to take you by surprise is a pretty big deal.
That's we should have just done a 10-second encapsulation and said, took me by surprise, done, we're out.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. But
I'm always scared of this part, even though you said you like this movie a lot, but I am scared. What are your dislikes?
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
should I get comfortable?
No.
Oh.
No. Whoa. Be on edge. That's the way it's done. I have to say that I did truly, deeply love this movie. And the only thing that I really jumps out as sort of something that I did dislike, and it's odd because you just referenced this, but the fact that the lead character was basically a bitch.
She was a little rough.
At the beginning of the movie, kind of made me at one point very briefly go, why do I care what happens to this bitch if she dies and lives? Not very empathetic. Now, of course, once it flipped, I'm there. I'm in it. I'm good to go.
It made sense.
But initially, if you're just sitting down to watching this, you might kind of be like, maybe I should just turn this off. Don't. Bad move. But what do I care what happens to her? That rubbed me the wrong way.
No, I felt that a little bit in the beginning too, where I felt like it was a little difficult in the beginning to get engaged and to, not that it even lost me, but I did feel a little like, I don't know about where's this going? Sort of a thing. And it did go away pretty quickly, but I will be honest, I felt that in the beginning. And then you're along for the ride.
Oh, yeah.
But just push past that like 15, 20 minutes of like awkward beginning.
Yeah.
And then it really does set up for something else. So it's a bit of a reaching for a dislike, but we felt it.
It's minor, but it's definitely there. And we don't want someone to watch this
and shut it off,
because that would be a criminal mistake. Boy, I may be tapped out. Is there anything else that you got?
That's it?
I would be remiss to say.
Are we reviewing Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
The original. No. Maybe I'll think of something. Okay. Do you even have anything? Wait a minute. Let's check with you, Miss Everything's Great and Wonderful. Do you even have anything? Because if not, we're done.
I might have one, but I really even think it's a bit of a reach again.
Okay. Throw it out there. We'll let them judge.
Even though I just said the pacing was great and everything was great.
It was.
All of those plot points we mentioned do kind of come together at once. And I found it a little overwhelming because you're like, what's happening? It's kind of at the end when Dennis comes in and he kills the police officer. He's trying to kill everyone else. They find Eugene in the wall, but then Eugene's helping them. But then he stabs Eugene, but then Eugene hands Kylie the thing, and they blow up. It just felt like kind of a lot at once. And especially because we spent, all this time saying it's never been done before, you didn't know what to expect.
No.
And I wasn't lost or confused, but it had this whoa, everything at once. So that was a little... But flip side of the coin, I think it has great rewatch value. I feel like I could watch this movie again and get a lot more out of it.
Right.
Even knowing what's going to happen, then you can kind of really concentrate on what they're saying.
Yes.
If there are any red herrings, if there's any foreshadowing. It's a movie you can watch more than once and really get things out of it each watch.
We're still on dislikes. It's coming down.
Yeah.
One thing you did mention, though, did remind me of just a slight one, and that's when Dennis stabs Eugene through the wall. There's really no way he could know exactly where he was to do that. I mean, that happens. It's a minor one. We move on.
Real minor.
It's very clear that our dislikes on this one are all stretches and very minor. It is the wonderful, wacky Pinhead time, and
Always.
I am dying to hear what you have to say on this one.
I think
pretty much know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
I'm more scared of yours.
As well you should be.
I don't think this is really going to be that difficult. We, really had to reach for dislikes, at least for me. I had some. They were pretty minor, but they were there.
Okay. All right.
However, the movie was so tight, so amazing, so well done in so many ways. And it was this guy's first movie.
True.
I can't imagine what he's going to do next time. Maybe that one will probably be rated even higher because I'm sure my mind will just melt with whatever he does next time.
Let's hope so.
For this one, since I had just a little bit of things that I was like, but overall, totally wowed. Yeah. I'm going to go with 4.5.
Ooh,
just
high. High praise indeed. Yes, it is. Okay, all right.
I'm worried.
No.
I'm so worried.
Yeah, you don't have to be worried.
Myself.
No. Really, I'm pretty much right there with you. I'm on the same page, except I know.
You're on the same page. It's nice.
Come back, join us.
What?
I gotta say that when it comes to the 5-star level, it is exceedingly rare, incredibly rare, and I need to be blown away. And
brain out your ears.
Yeah. And, the films so far that we've given that to definitely exemplify this. This movie I thoroughly loved, thoroughly enjoyed, was thoroughly entertained. I can't say that I was blown away, however.
Okay.
And so that will merit it a 4.5 Pinhead award from me as well.
We agreed?
We agreed.
We agree on a movie.
That's right, yes. It may have happened once before. Not exactly sure. It's right. Where are you going?
It's not the apocalypse outside, but I just wanted to check.
All right. No. That is going to make the math so easy this week.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So without question, this is going to be a 4.5 Pinhead movie.
Did you have as much fun with this movie as we did? Did you laugh just as hard? Let us know in the comments below what you thought about this review and this movie.
That's right. And as always, we got the social media links on the top here. Alexis is always posting some kind of shenanigans up there. We got the subscribe over here. We'd love if you give this a like. We would really appreciate it.
You never told me what you were on house arrest for.
Oh my God, you're not going to believe this. It was ridiculous. It shouldn't even been house arrest. What it was